Hello, Harshafont and Lalaki. Good to see you both. Lalawi, good to see you. Lavava, that's one of the people I was waiting for. Let's not waste too much time at all and get right into it. So, let's talk to Tataru.
Ah, Jake, just the hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise.
Okay, I will wait for you at the Diamond Forge.
I'm sorry to drag you away from your duties,
I wasn't doing nothing.
but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments.
What? Wait, hold on a second. Are you taking measurements?
Right, everyone? Ready to go to work?
Are they gonna change our outfit? Look at her smirk! What are you doing? Okay. The sound effects were fantastic.
All finished. The warrior lights every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe.
Yes, I wondered about that. She's so good at making outfits for everyone. I'm like, oh no, is she gonna make an outfit for us? But clearly, she couldn't have made an outfit because she doesn't know any of the measurements yet, so. You're not ready for Tataru, no.
We're here.
Nope.
Did we miss anything?
No,
We
did
would not
see-
presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness, you're... Help! I need some help here!
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
What is happening here?
God, how did...
Nago?
Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Who is Nago? First time we've heard her.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
She has been bleeding out this whole time. No!
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all. Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. Ah, but I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance.
More Alamegan resistance! Nice!
I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. He means to assault Belsar's wall from the Alamegan side. From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
I'm gonna guess he forces a war with the Empire. The Eorzea Alliance will be forced to take action, joining the war, and thus join the Alamegan Resistance and pushing out the Empire.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I shall depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood. and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive.
Sounds like Y'shtola might be a nice shoo-in for a new acting head. I'll just say that.
You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich, and encourage him to send an envoy.
Because now he's a part of the Alliance.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
That might be Papalimo's voice. Except, like, more smooth and calm.
After conferring with Y'shtola, we have decided to focus our attentions on the East Shroud. Someone needs to keep an eye on the border, not to mention the Sylphs.
Oh, good call with the Sylphs. I was kind of curious on what they were doing because Y'shtola didn't give them any direct directions. We are all dressed up in our finest battle gear, ready to fight the Empire once more. I love that pose. I don't think I get that pose. You're such a band of adventurers. I love it. I love it. Okay, sorry, distracted. What? Jake never gets distracted while streaming. That's ridiculous. So,
Greetings, Warrior of Light. What business brings you to Ishgard?
we have the Alliance that's going to be called together, and we need Emmerich's help.
I see. Wait here. I will summon Sir Emmerich.
I thank you for bringing these developments, and now let me go to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceedings. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? Jake, pray accompany Lucia to the Gates of Judgment to make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury speed you on your way. It's a symbol to say they're scholars like they have a PhD. They graduated from school! It's like they got their diploma tattooed. They even have to make a thesis and stuff. You find out more in a couple expansions. Well, that's awesome. Does that mean that I can have my diploma tattooed on on my arm or something? You know, it's just be like, I didn't actually graduate, but I just get the tattoo to look like I graduated, and that way people respect me more.
Well, see, when you hear people talk about the Endwalker making you cry, it's not because of the things that happen to the characters or anything in the story, right? It's because you actually just have to go to Charlene school and you have to suffer through all the classes.
I cannot possibly be the only person who, years after leaving school, still had, like, literal nightmares about being dragged back into school, or that I'd forgotten a school assignment, or I woke up late for a class, or whatever it is. It's just terrible. I've been out of school for so long, and yet there's still a random rare occasion where I'll have a dream. They never stop. They never stop! Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop in Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Jake? You may see a familiar face. So before I see it, I think it's the kid in the green that we saved that's also now the leader of the Ferbibit. I want to say it is. I can't remember his name. No, it's not. Emmeline! Jake, old boy. How wonderful to see you. And Sir Emmerich, too. To what do I owe the unexpected pleasures?
I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you'll excuse.
Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honoroi. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. That's so epic. That's so epic. What a great choice, too. What a great choice, too. Aw, surprised to see yours truly at the helm. No, it makes a lot of sense, and I'm glad that you're stepping up to the plate. So that's really neat. You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Aww. Oh, they put a big painting of him up on the wall. Yet we can but play at the hand we're dealt. And with a little help from the veterans, and Honor's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. The envoy from Ishgard is arrived? Very good. Ah, And the Lominson party as well. Oh, beautiful timing. Yagiri! It's been so long since we've seen her. I had hoped you slipped in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. There is much and more I would discuss with you. But let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we? She is still, we found like 4 or 5 Aura at this point, but she's still the very first one that we ever came across.
I bid you welcome, my friends. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This Griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
Which is their goal.
At the Battle of Carteneau, the combined might of 3 grand companies laboured to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honoured by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people too would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
So they're mostly doing a defensive posture. They're not actually going to aid the Alamegans, but they're prepping in case there is spillover into Gridanian lands.
Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift. There is much to be done.
I realize that I'm kind of summarizing what they're saying, which is really dumb because most all of you have already gone through this story, so there's no reason why you need to hear it from me again. That's just a part of how I process it, and I verbal process, and it helps me to kind of condense a whole lot of information into nice bite-sized pieces, so.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defenses seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
Because it's playing into what they want.
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
It could look like an act of aggression to have all of these forces right there on the border. Ah, good. You have yet to depart. I fear I had missed you. Sir Emmerich, Master Alphino, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alize, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption, I had hoped to thank Jake for serving as our escort before other duties called him away. There's no need to thank me. Also wish to thank our Doman ally. Igiri? Oh, she was hiding behind the tree! I wonder if she was there. We could even have noticed her before she popped out. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit kept me in the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mrs. Igiri. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgar's support. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is still an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side, and full glad I am to have it. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make a speech out of everything? Alice, I like your practicality. As the person who's doing a lot of the reading, I feel you. I feel you. That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voices. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Shall we? And we're just left standing there awkwardly. Ah, you are returned from the council. What of Alpino? Did some other matter require his attention? You wanted to check out Belsar's wall. Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Mere seconds. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryle, how's Nago doing? She will be all right, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment.
Tataru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough that things change in her condition. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Orsian Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously. One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin. Some means to convince him to abandon his reckless course. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Belsar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want. I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. I think he's still a little bit saucy after the rogue duel that they had. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kyle and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What have you, Levelures? I will return to East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worst, it would seem to be wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Jake? You always want me around. Always, Alfino. You're like, Uncle Jake needs to come with us every time. Gridania will be safer for your presence. And, while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? Yeah, exactly. To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. I knew that she was going to be a little bit grumpy about that. She's so used to being solo and running around just doing whatever it is she wanted to do. Now she's like, ugh, paperwork. Aw, well, I'm sad we don't get to join the infiltration team. I was kind of excited about that. I suspect Tataru would have little trouble facilitating communications between our forces under normal circumstances, but I can see that she has her hands full nursing that resistance fighter back to health. No matter, my turn in the field will come. Well, that's a good way of looking at it. If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I would depart for Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Balsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Oh, interesting. The hut allows a view of the wall? I've been to the hut a couple times and I never noticed that. All I'm saying is that it wouldn't be the worst thing if we ended up joining the Griffins fight against the Empire. I mean, it's gonna happen sooner or later, isn't it? I mean, she is like all but sold on this. Oh, the watchtower, not the hut. When you go look at it, you can go look at it there if you want. It's an actual structure. Yeah, I definitely want to go check it out. Wow, how did I not notice this? Castrum Oriens. I've been here several times, but every time that I came here, there was usually some big fate that was happening down below where all these gnats were. I love to actually have the different groups here. Nighttime is the perfect time for this. It's Pippin! Greetings, my friends. Good to see you both well. Good to see you too. Hilda as well? What? I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see? And the sights of you might help remind them why we're bothered. If memory serves, I've not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, I may say what an honor it is to stand by your side. So she's new too. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Well, not anymore. That was very much not quiet. Oh my goodness! Report! What? 7 hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. So they're faking that the Grand Company is attacking. He's not attacking as the Alamegans, he's attacking as the Alliance, so that they think that the Alliance is responsible for the attack instead of taking the brunt. That's so brilliant and so... Those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts. The Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean more. Even so, this may be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparably easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial Reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Jake, we must make for the wall at once. What, just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. And if we can do that, how are we going to convince him to stop us? It's a brilliant plan. Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. I love the respect that he gave her. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Those little nods to the different, religions and backgrounds and stuff from different people are great. She is the captain of the Maelstrom forces. You meet her if you start in Limsa and during the Titan quest. Oh, nice! I feel like I definitely remember having talked with her before. Take off those colors, this is ridiculous! Forward, comrades. A time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. He certainly is dedicated to that. That's where I feel like he's not some random person. I know who it is. I know who it is. I gotta know who it is. Now I just have to remember his name. Hang on. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Okay. I'll say that I am right now 98% positive that I know who it is. If I'm wrong, I will pay the cost of an arm and a leg. There's the hint. Okay. Well, is my band of trusted companions ready to depart? Let's do this. Oh, you already started. Already started it. Let's find the Griffin and clip his wings. Oh, we got doggos. We got big doggos. This is why cats are better. Everyone knows this. Iron Will. There we go. Nice. And no one customized their look on this one because I have not played with those plates at all yet. I really need to. Thank you, Karinika. All right, come over here, all of you. Do they not? Do they ignore me? That's very rude of them to ignore me. Let's try to get their attention. This is Storm Sergeant Lavava. We're accessing the gates right now. Open the gates. Wait, is it the wrong way? Oh, we completely ignored the identification key. We didn't even pick it up. I was so excited. I was trying to time it. Totally forgot the key. All right, let's go. Well, we got the Predator here. Hopefully there won't be any aliens. Our Chiffon has that guy. There we go. Interesting that they... Oh my goodness, what? They just dropped off all of these little monsters. Look at these little guys. They're little pragmantis robots. Here comes more. Oh, but it's Deathclaws. The treadmills are bringing monsters to us. Yeah, this is a very unique system of doing the dungeon. I like it. Oh, here we go. But now it's going forward. Nice. Look at us riding it to victory. Armored weapon. Looks like Urgot. That's a really cool spider monster. Motion tracking activated. Okay, don't move. Don't move. What? Oh, can I not even attack? That's interesting. Oh, goodness gracious. Motion tracking activated. Okay. I think I worked that time. Even though I auto-attacked him. I wonder if auto-attacks don't count, but abilities do. Distress Beacon. Oh no! Stop him! Stop him! Stop him! Stop him! Let's see. If we just do auto-attacks. Oh, we killed it anyway. We killed him with auto-attacks. Didn't even need that. Oh, look at everything burning down there. Oh, there's fighting happening. Hi. Here, come over here so I can see what's going on down there. What's kind of neat is that you select the main entrance, and then these are two different routes to get up to the higher, really a second wall. It's like two different walls.
And these are the loyalists. No. We don't necessarily need to fight them, but they're attacking us. We want you to stop fighting. You're causing so much trouble. You don't understand. Maybe you do understand, you just don't care. Oh, we're at Griffin's location? Here we are. There's this sword with a griffin head on it, too. You stole his dad! No, that's great. It's time for payback against what he did to Raban. I will give you a glorious end, warrior of light. Come see what awaits you at the far edge.
How'd you like this?
They actually have him voiced too. That's amazing.
Sloppy.
Sloppy?
I'll tear you limb from limb.
Oh, maybe he's sloppy.
Yeah.
Limb from
sloppy. For Alamigo!
Oh.
I have you now.
Blade of the Griffin. Sanguine Blade, you've heard that before. I think the platform was in good condition before we got up here, and now it is very trash. I just have to run at him because I don't have a leap like you do on Dark Knight or whatever. I don't get the leap till later.
How'd you like this?
So we have to destroy this one, and that way it doesn't explode.
Yeah!
And we can now fight him in here. Anyone want a limit break? Yeah! Perfect time. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautimus. Welcome to another meme, Jake. Sloppy. Duty complete. Look how unhappy we are. There is no joy in that defeat. Is he still alive? Yes, he is. I think you need a boot to the face is what you need. Oh, we should take a picture of him real quick. All right, everyone laugh at him. You ready? I don't think that's bad at all. Oh, nice. Nice. All right. What do you have to say for yourself, Griffin? Traitor. Ilbert.
You've beaten me, aye.
I couldn't remember his name, so that's part of the reason why I was struggling to say it earlier, but you know for a fact that I had a strong guess as to who it was, so. Or is he just the voice of the Griffin?
But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
Yeah, what have you started? There's a lot of lives that are going to be lost because of this Ilbert.
We did it! We showed the bastards! Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
They just don't get it, do they? Who's this? Is this the commander over this area?
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea.
Laurentius?
They die that others may live.
Whoa, wait.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
I thought that it was a bomb. What is that?
How did they get here so quickly? Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Oh, they didn't even tell them to run away after getting the wall and starting the fight. They sold them all to basically go into their doom. It's one thing to try to attack and then when you're in trouble run away, but oh my goodness. They don't stand a chance.
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
I assume that we can't get down there in time. Oh my gosh. We just dealt with that ourselves. Wow.
Gods help us. What are we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
You got sold.
Mighty Rhalgr. Grant us the strength to crush. Oh.
No. Is this all to summon Rhalgr? Okay, maybe not. Ah, that was so brutal. You can't do that! Laurentis, what are you doing? Was he one of the Crystal Braves? I don't know. I don't know that we know him.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Laurentis was selling info the Garleans. You stopped him in Gridania. Oh, okay. And they were both Crystal Braves. I did recognize him from that.
Illbird. I should have known.
Commander. He said that with such sass.
This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand, you truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
I think he wants to summon Ralgar with their cries and pleas. Oh, there it is.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
I like that they're still encased in ice.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal. You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power.
Oh yes, I know their limitations, which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
There goes the ice.
Like hells you will!
Yida! Careful!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
Is he gonna use himself like Yazael? Wait, what? So who is he planning on summoning if not Ralgar? Oh my gosh. I told you we should have stepped on those eyes.
This light, is it?
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
Papalymo?
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
So he was planning on summoning Bahamut? Or maybe a different primal, but he's gonna try to seal it regardless. Oh my goodness. Papalymo.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave!
We can't just leave.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
Oh, Papalymo.
No! If you're staying, then so am I!
No, Ida! There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here, not like this! Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
No. Oh, we get the option. Oh, this is terrible. Dang it. If we get the opportunity to be there with him, even through it, I think that's the right thing to do. I don't know. We have the opportunity, so. Yeah, see, that's what I expected.
Hilda!
Something like that.
I think he means now!
I kind of expected something like that.
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
Come on! Come on! It looks like he was successful. What? You're just gonna kick us out like that? What? Okay, hang on. Do we see it in this? We do! Oh my gosh. No, we need to go back. We need to find out if he's still there. Like, I don't think he's still there. I think that was the end. I think that was the end of Papalymo. I don't know that. I hate to be like, you don't know until you know, but why didn't they let me stay? Papalymo is my friend. I should have been there with him. I mean, that's what I was saying. You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing, what had to be done. Master Louisoix wore that same look, right before the end. Do you think I didn't know that? I know, all right? I know! There was nothing more you could have done. Hilbert caught us all off guard. Even Jake was powerless to stop him. You must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papalymo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Leave Ida with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. What? Let me guess. ... It's over, Papalymo. It's all over. Leave her be. Nothing you can say will console her now. Every Ishgardian gets taught that the Sea of Clouds churns in the grip of the worn elements of water and wind. Enough to tear you apart, they say. No one's ever gone to the bottom of the abyss and lived to tell the tale. So how did they manage to get his hands on Nidhogg's eyes? So that's why Emmerich was fairly safe in his assumption you could toss the eyes over the edge of the bridge and that they would be safe. But somehow, the Ascians still were able to get it. Man, I don't know that it was Bahamut that he was trying to summon, but it also shows you what the completed spell Louisoix was trying to do to Bahamut with trapping it and sealing it. A primal more terrifying than the black worm Bahamut. Yeah, that's exactly it. It all looks like, you know, Bahamut type stuff, but he was saying that it was even worse than Bahamut. Not the music. I heard the music. Oh, I heard the music. Stay with him. Okay, so I love that I made the same decision. I promise you I did not look at chat. In those moments, I am fully in character and I'm fully in with the story. And I promise you, I will always make decisions that I would choose to make. You gotta pick what fits you and your word of light best, and then you always wonder what happens if you stayed. Yeah, that's another thing would have killed, so. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once.
I will send word to Ystrul and the others of our imminent return.
That is officially the first time that I think a Scion is truly gone. Minfilia was lost, but not, in the sense that she was still the word of Hydaelyn. And what was really neat was, I didn't actually mention it in the stream, but if you came to the Rising Stones and talked to Flamine, she said that she had confidence that no matter where Minfilia went, she would return one day. And so maybe it's just the hope of a mother, but it gave me hope that Minfilia may, in some way, shape, or form, still come back, even if it's just as a part of Hydaelyn or something. But this is, like, Papalymo's gone. Like, gone. That's the first time that a true Scion has actually been lost.
'Twould seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye. Behind Griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary, Ilbert. Know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. Papalymo stayed behind to save everyone. To seal it away. Whatever this thing was. Don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's ether. Not one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I'm certain Papalymo was aware. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as yet been unable to explain how Ilbert came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind aspected ether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Then mayhap it was the work of an Ascian. But now is not the time for idle speculation. Krile, I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trap within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it then.
They're really keeping tight what primal it is that's in there.
We must begin preparations to face Ilbert's accursed creation, without delay. The time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it.
What he was basically saying is the seal's not going to last forever, and all he did was buy us time. But that meant that Louisoire's staff, Tlupson Mani or whatever, is gone as well, or likely gone. We weren't there on top of the wall to see if it was still there, if its power was still there or not. But man, see, I want to continue. I don't know, that's now getting hooked. Is it's like, to honor Papalymo, I'm like, I want to go smash whatever that thing is and shatter it, killing whatever is inside of it, just in a way to honor Papalymo. Because just leaving it off like this with the weight of Papalymo is just like, my chest. Okay, well then, we'll take a pause on MSQ, I guess, if I have to. Thank you all for coming to the bar, to the Waking Sands bar, or Rising Stones bar, excuse me, sorry. Can I get you anything to order? Do you have a drink as well? We are currently only serving eggnog here, sorry. Baby bun! Do I get to eat that? Can I eat it? It tastes great on salads and in stews. So you technically could eat it. What? That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty awesome. We'll try to consume him, but no, we're not gonna be able to.